Are you team hero or team villain? Today we're setting
Villain.
sail on the Disney Destiny for a trip recap from my two sailings on the Disney Destiny, from Marvel heroes to, well, villains, to Lion King Feast. This ship is packed with adventure, magic, and experiences the whole family will never forget. Welcome back to Earstravagant Adventures. I'm your host and travel agent, bestie Rachel, and joining me as always is Katie.
I,
And you took out your everyone's favorite travel chaos coordinator.
I, yeah, I was looking at it. Well, with technical difficulties this morning.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, so yeah, this is all.
Yeah,
This is all.
that's
Today, we're diving into the Disney Destiny. We're going to talk about the newest experiences the immersive ship has and just everything. I've been on it twice now, so we are recapping everything you need to know about my trip on the Destiny. We are going to have a different ship overview, like really diving into the spaces. So this is going to be more of the guest experience that we're going to talk about. But don't worry, more Destiny content is coming. I'm tired.
we're
Sorry.
sleepy gals this
Yeah.
morning. Sorry about this.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Vacation planning should be exciting, not overwhelming, but somewhere between comparing resorts, booking dining, and building the perfect itinerary, it starts to feel like a part-time job. But that's exactly where Alonzi Travel comes in. We are a team of experienced travel advisors who specialize in theme park cruise, all-inclusive resorts, and European getaways. We've planned hundreds of trips and our Google reviews speak for themselves. For your first call to the moment you get home, we handle every single detail, the research, the reservations, the strategy, all so you don't have to, because we believe your vacation should feel like a vacation from start to finish. So when you're ready for your next amazing vacation, visit alonzi-travel.com/take the trip and let's plan that trip together. So since it was
All
my
right.
sailing on the Destiny, we all know how this goes. Katie, hit me with
I'm gonna ask
questions.
the questions. Okay. So you did two sailings. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Destiny is sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. When did you arrive? Did you come in a couple days before, the day before? What'd you do?
Well, we are travel agents and we always take our own advice. And I definitely arrived one day before. I didn't want to arrive 2 days before because it's Fort Lauderdale and it's boring.
You know, last year I came in 2 days before because the flights were cheaper. That was one of the flights were
Sure.
cheaper, but they were like a lot cheaper. We had fun in Fort Lauderdale for the day. We hung out on the beach and we went to the character warehouse, which is better in Fort Lauderdale than it is in Orlando. But just
Yeah.
anyway, tangent. You came in the day before. Where'd you stay for your pre-cruise stay?
So on the preview sailing, we were assigned the Marriott. We didn't get a choice.
Okay.
We stayed at the one on the beach, and I didn't like it.
Why not?
I don't like Marriott.
As
So
personal
also
choice.
I just like
Yeah.
I didn't like the hotel. I wasn't impressed. For our stay that we paid our own munties for, we stayed at the Hilton Harbor, the one that's like literally a mile from the port.
That is where the majority of my clients that sail out of Fort Lauderdale is the Hilton. Yeah,
I preferred it. I think the dining option, well, it felt like the Marriott had a little bit more space, but I didn't like the rooms at the Marriott. They just kind of were dingy and old and smelly.
mm.
I just preferred the Hilton. And then the location was great. It was a $20 Uber from the airport to the hotel.
I, Fort Lauderdale in general, it is super easy to get in and
Hmm.
out of the port. Like I appreciate that port. It works like a well-oiled machine.
Hmm.
The getting the Ubers or the lifts to the port, it's very easy
Well,
to.
not even that. It's just everything's so close. So
Yes.
it's the airport is close to the port is close
Mhm.
to a lot of the hotels. Like nothing was more than a 20-minute drive. Nothing.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
it that alone, love that.
So you did do a Uber, you didn't do Disney transportation.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with Disney transportation. And I will share this. I will share this. It's
Share it.
good. It's good that I didn't do the Disney transfers. I got the norovirus the day we boarded the ship.
Mhm,
It was miserable.
mhm,
And if I had the Disney transfers, that that would not have been good because it's a charter bus. You may have multiple stops. Like at least with
mhm.
an Uber, I have control over when it picks me up and then it takes me straight to the port. So
And
luckily, I didn't have the Disney transfers. Also, I don't feel like you need it for port.
you don't need it. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Port Canaveral, yeah, because we're gonna stay at Walt Disney World the night before, so we're in the bubble and we
Yeah.
take the. But honestly, for Fort Lauderdale, unless you need that charter bus because you're worried about car seats and stuff like that, it is so much easier to
Mhm.
just Uber to the port. This is a port town. This is what they're known for.
Yeah.
That's what those drivers are. That's their bread and butter is getting you to that cruise ship.
It was a $10 Uber.
Yeah, nice.
You know, and the
So nice.
transfers, they're not that expensive with Disney. They're not expensive like the Port Canaveral ones because it's closer, but
Hmm.
still, like, it was a $10 Uber.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
It took 10
No.
minutes. Like, it's fine.
So, all right. Since we are talking about the Fort Lauderdale port,
Mhm.
in your experience, how was boarding the ship compared to Port Canaveral?
I feel like it is a very similar experience to for Port Canaveral. They're very similar. I think the good thing with Fort Lauderdale is there's more space at the check-in station.
Hmm.
Yeah, so how it works is you have to first get well, yeah, your boarding time has to be able to board. So first that is that. And I have a very viral TikTok right now. Um
Yeah, I saw.
yeah. Um People are arguing me about port arriving early for your port arrival time. I think people think I mean arrive like vastly early before your port arrival time. I arrive like 30 minutes.
Same. I'm 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I treat it like the airport. I know I may get stuck in the parking lot. They
Hmm.
may say you can't come in yet, but I have already given my luggage to
Hmm.
the porters.
Hmm.
Um, we're Disney people. We're used to waiting for someone to tell us to come in. You know,
I've
I'm not
I've
arguing.
sailed. This was my eighth cruise. I have never been told I have to wait.
I've been told, hey, your arrival time's in 30 minutes. Go stand in that line right there. And I've got the line has moved before the 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I've been told, oh, that's your line over there. Go wait in your line. But I haven't
Yes.
been told like don't even line up.
Yeah, no, like they have always directed me,
Yeah.
this is your, and it's been the same with Royal Caribbean. I
Mhm.
think that when we're talking about you have a 2 o'clock and you're there at 11, that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
That,
Like I think people misunderstood what I meant by
mm-hmm,
arrive early. I like it same as you. Like max I'm there is
mm-hmm,
45 minutes, especially Port Canaveral because you don't know how the traffic's going to be. So I will
mm-hmm.
always get there super early just because you don't know what's going to happen. But Fort Lauderdale, like I definitely I tried to get actually as close to the arrival time as possible because I'm like, I don't even know if I can
Yeah,
stand up for this long. So,
yeah,
but so our port arrival time was 12:45. We got to the port at 12:15.
perfect,
No, sorry, 1 and we got there at 12:30. So, still.
perfect.
And we handed our bags
Mhm.
to the porter. We walked right in, and then you have to walk a little bit to get in the main building. And then the main building, there's a big queue to go through the first check online or online
Mhm.
check-in point where they check your documents, they check to make sure everything's filled out, and then you go to the security screening, which is super quick and easy,
It
and then you
was
just wait for your
wonderful.
boarding group to be called.
In a nice, comfy, you
Hmm.
know, like and for people that haven't cruised before, I would, say it's like sitting at the airport, but
Yeah.
cuter because it's Disney. I mean,
I miss
nice
how they used to have
bathrooms.
characters come out pre-COVID.
all the things that we lost to
Yeah,
the
we lost a
pandemic.
lot pre-COVID. So we had,
Mhm.
and so by the time we went through security, we were boarding group 16, and I think we only waited 10 minutes for
Mhm.
our group number to be called. So great, we got in. Now, I'll also argue port arrival time. Your stateroom isn't ready until 1:30. So
Yeah.
like you kind of don't want to be on the ship before 1:30 because otherwise you got to hold all your stuff with you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, depending on how much stuff you're carrying with you,
Because some
it's
people like
yeah.
bring their whole lives with them. Like
I no,
I
I
don't
mean,
understand it.
I will have a bag with my medicines, obviously,
Mhm. My
and it like
champagne.
yeah, whatever alcohol, because you can't pack that in your suitcase. I
Mhm.
don't normally bring alcohol on board, but I know a lot of people do.
Mhm.
Um, and I'll have like the swimsuits for the kids because every time now and again they'll be like, "Can we go ahead and swim?" But a lot of times, especially if we're on a new ship, like they don't even ask that because we're too busy just walking around and finding things. We're
Mhm.
finding what we want to find so we know where it is later. So,
Exactly. And that's usually what I do, but I was fighting for my life, so I was not doing
and
that.
and hitting that crab legs and shrimp.
No.
There was
No.
no crab legs or shrimp for you this go round.
It was chicken breast.
You look skinny. I mean,
Thanks, I lost 5 pounds in a week. 10 out of 10 do not recommend.
that stomach virus diet.
10 out of
Um,
10 do not recommend. But on
oh,
on our other sailing, on the previous sailing, like the
mhm,
first thing we do when we get on is we immediately go and check out the spaces. And this is like it doesn't matter what ship I'm on. It doesn't matter if I've been on it
mhm,
before. I will immediately go check out the kids clubs because otherwise adults aren't allowed in the kids clubs other than
mhm,
certain times. So I go check out the kids clubs. I go check out the spa to see what specials they have, and then I go check out the dining spaces. Like I just wander around and get acclimated with the ship.
mhm,
That's
mhm. Same.
definitely what you do before your stateroom is ready. And then when your stateroom is ready,
You unpack.
you unpack.
Yeah.
Now, this I'm gonna make a TikTok with my friend. I am an unpacker.
I also am an unpacker.
Okay, because there are people in this world that are live out of their suitcase people.
I know we're talking about this next podcast about my Disneyland trip that I got back from at midnight last night. So this is why I look like this.
Yeah.
Um, there was not enough room for all of us to unpack at the Disneyland hotel. And it was a big beef for my husband because he does not like to like get stuff out of his suitcase. Like we
Yeah.
unpack, we put their suitcases up.
Yeah.
Like we're here. This is home.
hmm Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm an unpacker. So, but my
Same.
luggage, surprisingly, they didn't bring our luggage till like 5 o'clock.
Oh,
Like
I would
everyone
already want to
else,
be changed for dinner and
ma'am,
like,
I wanted to be in my pajamas.
well, yeah.
You know, it was kind of late. And the other time too, like on the previous sailing, lots of other people had their luggage before us, and I just thought it was kind of weird because like we didn't have any contraband.
Yeah.
We didn't have any like accidental electrical cords or hair appliances or whatever, like because
Yeah.
you'll take them out, but we didn't have any contraband, so it was just kind of weird. So we couldn't unpack until later.
They're working out the kinks, new ship, who dis?
Yeah, true. But
Yeah.
our first the previous sailing, we had a Raya themed stateroom.
Ooh, cute.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I I like Raya the movie, whatever.
Wait, I'm surprised that they did do some Raya themed stuff because
Weird.
Raya was like when Raya came out, it was a big deal for that summer in our household. We watched that movie. I cannot remember how old AJ was, but like 4 or 5, like little. So
hmm
like when you get into the stage where you watch something over and over and over, and then nothing since
Yeah,
it,
Raya just didn't make like
mm-hmm.
these staterooms. Like, there's a lot of things that, oh man,
What?
there's a lot of things that just bother me about this ship.
Do you want to get into it today or when we do the ship recap?
Well, we can talk about my trip because it is. I mean, it is
Okay.
it's part of my experience. But I feel like when we do the overview, I need to keep my opinions a little bit less out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the first one we had Raya. I really liked the color scheme. The second
Mm-hmm.
time we luckily usually you pick your stateroom, right? And we have access to a spreadsheet that has all the themes, so we know pretty much what for sure what you're gonna have when you get on. But both times we had a guaranteed category. So guaranteed means you don't get to pick your stateroom number or anything like that. You basically are just picking the type of stateroom, so veranda, ocean view, inside, and then Disney assigns you. So you don't know what you're going to get. So the first time we got Raya, the second time we got Hercules, which I was so happy
Woo!
about.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so happy about
Those
it.
rooms, gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. The gold touches. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Um, I think they did such a stupid job on this ship with so many things.
Tell me about it.
So I said at the beginning, are you team hero or team villain? The ship is like 90%
Ellen.
villains.
I love that.
Okay, but you shouldn't bill a ship as heroes and villains if you're not going to
Well,
have hero meet and greets.
but the thing about it was during the hype up for the Destiny, we have been hyping up the Destiny for
Mm-hmm.
2 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Destiny,
A
Destiny,
year, a
Destiny.
year, a year. It
Mm,
was the treasure
okay.
before that, a year.
Yeah, that's right. Because we had two back to back. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But like it was all heroes, 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 heroes. And then you get on the ship and there's no heroes. Like, where are the heroes? You
The
know,
only heroes you can meet is Black Panther and Spider-Man.
I just met them yesterday.
Right. And you can meet them on, well, you can't meet Black Panther on every cruise ship, but Spider-Man's like on every cruise ship. There's no Hercules
Yeah,
meet and greet. There's no Megra. There's no Hades. There's no Thor. There's no Doctor
you
Strange.
mean to tell me that they couldn't find some hot guy with some abs to come out in a Hercules outfit? Like,
Well, the thing is, like, and I've talked to some people, like, we think it's because the Hercules in the show, he is different. His outfit is a different kind of outfit, but he
mm-hmm,
also is an African American guy. And
mm-hmm,
the Hercules that you meet in the parks is a white guy. So the the debate
mm,
is like kids may not understand. So okay, fine. Then
mm-hmm.
have your Broadway Hercules meet people.
Yeah, because I feel like when we were on the Dream, the girl who was Belle in Beauty and the Beast was also doing the meet and greet. She was also Belle for Royal Gathering.
Well, they did have him come out for like the farewell thing that they do, and he was
Mm-hmm.
on like the balcony. So they did bring Hercules out again, but that was the only time. And like, Mal look, you know I love my villains. Why was Maleficent on board?
Why wouldn't
Why
she be on?
why was Dr. Facilier on board? Why? It doesn't make any
Because that's
sense.
awesome.
Okay, it is, but Cruella makes sense because she has a bar. Where's
Mhm.
Doctor Strange? He has a bar. Where's Hades? He's in the show. Like, why are you not?
And not to get into the whole these experiences are for boys and these experiences are for girls because we are trying to get away from that. But as a mom of a boy, sometimes our Disney experience is lacking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just is. And so that's been a big push for Disney over the last, what, 15, 20 years to bring more boy centric things. This ship was supposed to be the hero ship. Like this was supposed to be the one. Like when you think the Wish, you think princess. Like
Well,
princess, princess, princess.
and my
And this was
problem with
supposed
this
to be
ship,
the opposite of the Wish.
it has a like, in my opinion, an identity crisis because the Wish is
Mhm,
princess. The staterooms are
mhm.
princess themed. It is princess decor. Like it is princess. The
Yeah,
treasure also very much in line with the theme. Like Aladdin and Jasmine are the statue.
adventure.
The stateroom themes are adventure themes, like Lion King and Up. Those are
Mhm.
all adventure themes. Like the themes flow. This one, okay, the statue is Black Panther. No offense to Chadwick Boseman, and Black Panther. I love that movie. It made no sense here. The
It's not the statue looks weird.
I mean, the statue looks great. It is a
Oh, does
very
it look
no, it
it
is a
looks weird in
very well done
pictures.
statue. Like I will
Okay.
say, like this as statues go,
It's
it is
much better than Cinderella the Wish.
yes, it is very well done. But so he's the statue. Spider-Man is the back of the ship. Superhero Minnie is the front of the ship. And then the
Love
stateroom
superhero mini.
themes are Fantasia. Okay, that's the concierge.
Yeah,
Iron Man is the funnel suite. Hercules is the other funnel suite. Okay, great.
I like
And
that.
then you've got Big Hero 6, which is Pixar.
I like that.
Um, what's the other one that's on that deck? And The Incredibles, just Pixar.
Hmm.
You've got Raya and Merida, which is
Those two
Disney
don't fit.
Animation and Pixar. And then
Those two don't fit.
those two don't fit. And then you've got Mulan and Hercules, which is Disney Animation. You've got no Marvel staterooms aside from the Iron Man funnel suite. So like you've got too many IPs, you've got too many franchises,
Yeah.
you've got too so you either need to stick with Marvel and make it Marvel, stick with superhero, make it superhero, or you need to stick with Disney animation. Like what? It's too
Yeah.
much. It's too much and they don't go together.
Hmm.
It makes me so mad. And then randomly, Edna is the treat place. Like you couldn't have done for crying out loud. And also, Superhero Mini, according to when we were on the previous sailing, I didn't get to sit in on
Hmm.
this panel, but Abby did. Superhero Mini has an identity and it's Mist. Okay. So I asked her about it when I saw her, and I was like, "Oh, Minnie, I hear you have your alter ego is Mist." And she looked at me and like very clearly like did not know what I was talking about.
Oh
So if
no.
you're gonna tell people that Superhero Minnie has an alter ego of Mist, you need to make sure that Minnie knows that she has an alter ego.
It's so funny that you brought that up because that was the conversation we had in the drive home from the airport last night was my son was so impressed with meeting all the superheroes at Avengers Campus and how they could talk. They were experts in Marvel and in their character just like my son is. And
Mhm.
he's like that's just so cool and I was explaining that is a requirement to work Disney Entertainment. You have to know your character in and out so you can have these amazing interactions with guests.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Why tell us that she's Mist? And it's in marketing stuff too. Like,
yeah.
why, if Minnie doesn't even know? Like, Minnie should know.
All right. Let's move on. Moving on.
All right.
I know that you missed some restaurants because of the norovirus. What
Luckily,
did
well, unluckily actually, because it was Pride Lands was our first night and it was the night with the show. So that was because the Treasure also does longer sailings and Coco is their Pride Lands and Coco
mhm,
has two shows. The
yeah.
Pride Lands does not.
Do you think that when they start doing the 7 night sailings that are coming up at the end of this year, that there will be two shows for Proudlands?
No, because they don't have it now.
Weird.
It is weird because like it didn't finish the story. Like you could have had more songs and stuff and made it
Mhm.
longer and split it in half. Like you could have in done it in half, like Hakuna Matata, like because that's kind of the half point in the movie. You could
Yeah.
have, and it just they didn't. So like I missed seeing the show, unfortunately, but I did see it previously, and the show is great. The menu is great. No one else really likes it. So, unfortunately, I know that in a year's time, those menus are not going to be the same.
What did you eat?
Well, I don't remember. I have pictures of it, but it was really like there was a chicken peri peri, which I loved, and it wasn't super
Mhm.
spicy. It was great. There was like a coleslaw salad kind of thing. It was great. The dessert I had was great, but it is interesting flavors. So, no offense,
We
people.
we are foodies. We will eat interesting
Mhm.
flavors. We will try anything and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
The general public,
Well, I was about to
y'all
say
like your
no
citrus
offense
fruits.
to cruisers, but cruisers typically are not adventurous eaters.
They're not. They're not. And that's why, I was reading a post yesterday where somebody was complaining about the food quality on the Dream, which is a whole nother topic.
Hmm.
But if they only went to the standard rotational dining, you have to remember that menu is catering to the masses. It is catering to a regular average family who may not be foodies, adventurous diners, fine diners, you know.
And I'm not
Um,
even saying super adventurous because peri
yeah,
peri is actually a very spicy dish. And I was worried to try it because I don't like spice, but I like peri peri. And this, it was really good. And I just know it's going to change. So right now it is good. Right now, I like the food.
you
So the
like it.
second night we did Pride Lands, there I had a scallop dish, which was delicious. I had
Scallops are tricky for me. They have to be done perfectly.
yeah, so three of the four were good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Same thing. Same. Like
Yeah.
anywhere you go, really, like you're gonna one
It's
scallop is gonna
you're
taste like
taking a
crap.
gamble when you order
Yeah.
those scallops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so those were good. The my least favorite was World of Marvel. So we did miss World of Marvel. So World of Marvel did have two menus. And
Okay.
this was my on the previous sailing, we did not get to have World of Marvel because apparently it's the same as on the Treasure and the Wish. I don't feel like it's the same menu as the Wish, but it's been a couple years since I've been on the Wish, so I could be wrong. But so we didn't on the previous sailing, we didn't have World of Marvel. We had Pride Lands 1923, and then the first night was just like a taste of everything. Um,
Fun.
so this sailing, some people had World of Marvel twice. We only had it once, and we had it once on Pirate Night. And this is where I told you,
Yeah.
uh, we're gonna have a chat with all of our friends because I was under the impression that any restaurant that you're in on Pirate Night, it's the same Pirate Night menu. But we talked to our table mates the next night because we I don't like the Pirate Night menu. I've had it twice. I don't need to have it again. So
We've talked about this before because it's
yeah.
Caribbean inspired and you don't like that flavor palette.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's fine, but like you said, the dream that those menus haven't changed in years. I can only
Years.
have the same food so many times, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we go do adult dining on that night. So we were in Paolo on our 19 or our World of Marvel Day because I was under the impression that it was going to be the same menu,
Mm-hmm.
and it was not.
Oh my goodness.
So I didn't get to have the World of Marvel menu. So what we ended up doing is we were also in 1923 twice. So our last night was 1923, and I'm like, listen, 1923 is the most basic. It's fine, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the most basic. So if I'm going to skip something, it's going to be 1923. So we did ask to be seated, and because the cruise wasn't full, we were able to be seated at 1923.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Sorry, World of Marvel,
World
and
of Art.
that food was not good. It was not good. So World of Marvel though does have sometimes two seatings, and the first
Mm-hmm.
seating there is no characters come around, which was
Mm-hmm.
shocking because the other two ships they do. This one
That's
was
weird.
yes, this one was like a trivia thing where you interact with the arc reactor on your
Yeah.
table. But then the second night, nothing. Yeah. We were there and I was looking around,
I'm
like there was stuff on the screen. There was like beautiful concept art on the screen, and I'm like looking at the art, but and the food was not good. And it sucks because it's Pan Asian
mm-hmm.
food.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
I'm this ship
Like
confuses me.
I I am very happy because I was going back and forth when they announced that Destiny was doing 7 nights. Remember, I was like, do I book Treasure or Destiny? Treasure or Destiny? And I
Treasure.
ended up booking the Treasure. So happy that I went with that
Every
decision.
single person I have spoken to, guest
Hmm.
or travel agent, that has been on the Destiny and been on the Treasure, every single one of them says the Treasure is their favorite.
But you know what? This is Disney, and Disney will listen to us and will work out kinks.
There's some
They
kinks they
will.
can't work out though. The stateroom themes, you can't fix that.
Yeah, they're not going to retheme those. Yeah.
The Grand Hall being, in my opinion, incredibly bland, they can't fix that.
Mhm.
There's
The
there's
chandelier.
ugh, it looks like French fries.
Hmm.
And you know what though? this is perfect for so many people. There are going to be so many people that get on this cruise and they just say, "This is my favorite ship. Don't book me on anything but this ship." And it sucks
And
because it's not me.
yeah, I'm going and I want to defend it for a minute. I want to defend it for a minute. A Disney cruise is an excellent cruise no matter what, right? We
Hmm.
love a Disney cruise. And the Destiny has so many sailings that go to both Castaway and Lookout, which is what I recommend. If it's your first Disney cruise,
Hmm.
that is the one I'm going to point you to every single time, especially if you have little children, because you just don't have to worry about anything. Everything is in the Disney bubble. So I'm not saying count out the Destiny. We're just saying the Destiny has some kinks and an identity crisis. Not kinks like that. Kinks
So
to work
yeah,
out.
so I will say, so then back to the trip recap, right? So day one is just like a blur. I don't remember day one. Day two was I did some trivia, I did some crafts, I met a ton of characters, I
Okay.
rechecked out the bars, and like Disney does a great job with the characters. Like the characters are great. The entertainment is great. The Dr. Facilier
Mm.
parlor thing that they do is fantastic. You gotta line up at least 2 hours early. The DeVille's where you write a song for her. That is a lot of fun, but you gotta arrive like 2 hours early. It has some great interactive experiences. The Maleficent thing where you're in her dungeon, great. She has a great monologue. She's fantastic. The movie theaters are so much fun. Great, 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 great. So sea days on the Destiny, I love them because they have a good mix of
A
things.
lot to do.
Yeah, they have a good mix of things to do. I wandered around. I was feeling
Mhm.
still like garbage, so like it was fine because I'd like go do something for a couple hours and then I'd go back in the room and just sit there and stare at a wall. And then I'd go do something for a couple more hours, sit there, stare at a wall.
I also think that the longer we do this as our profession, we are hypercritical. And we
Yes.
know this about ourselves. We are hypercritical and we look for every, and that was the same thing with my Disneyland trip I just did. Uh, you're
We
looking.
look for pain points. Like one of the things I
Hmm.
think is going to change too. The cocktails are very inventive, but some of them are really polarizing and some of them are very labor intensive, which is not guest experience savvy if it takes you a long time to
Hmm.
make a cocktail. We did not have a cocktail in the Sanctum this time, but I did still have a drink at DeVille's and I like DeVille's. It's a carbon copy of Nightingale's, which I love Nightingale's. It just isn't a
Yep.
lot of space in there. The Honey Mansion bar is still my favorite. The
Hmm.
the drinks are okay, but the bar is cool. The bar is
Yeah.
cool. I could sit in
Well, I
there for
mean,
hours, and I do. I'll
with
sit in there
Lance
for
Bass.
yes. Well, the second time it was also cool. Yeah, so like the bar, I do love how Disney's going more immersive with their bar theming. I think that is a real game changer because the other ships, like
Hmm.
now, I go on the other ships and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
where's my interactiveness? Like this sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agreed. I mean, I do love the older ships, like, because they're just, but yeah, it's so nice to take it to the next level.
Yes.
Hmm.
That and like the Haunted Mansion is such a great IP to play with, and there's so many things you can do there. And I mean,
Hmm.
Cruella is an icon. She's a fashion icon, so her bar is really cool, and the Sanctum is really cool, and the Cask and Cannon. I didn't spend a lot of time in there because I'm not a pub girl, but that's a
Yeah.
cool space too. Like they're all well done. So we had how we did it was the first day, and then a sea day, and then Lookout Point, sea day, Castaway Key, and then depart. I loved that itinerary actually.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Like if I
Well,
can book that for
in that
someone, I
order
get so
too,
excited.
because
Hmm.
I liked having the sea day first, because then you
Hmm.
could still get acquainted with the ship, you can get the lay of the land, and you can really
Yep.
settle in. And then you got Lookout Key, which Lighthouse Point at Lookout Key. Anyway, which is fine. And then another day at sea to like relax from your stressful day and the ocean. And then you have another day at sea where you could like watch movies and chill out. And then you're at Castaway Key, which is the icing on the cake. And then you're off. So this itinerary, I loved it. I loved this itinerary.
What night did they do Pirate Night?
Castaway.
Castaway?
Mm,
Yeah.
no, the Lighthouse Point.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because that's when we did Paolo,
Hmm.
and that was Lighthouse Point day. Yeah.
Did
September.
you check out the spa? Do any spa stuff?
No, because I didn't feel good. I fully intended on it. I even had a cast member's name to go get a massage from her.
Oh,
But I didn't feel good until
man.
like 2 weeks after we got back. So no. I wanted to though.
Hmm.
Best laid plans and all. We also had I'm so pissed about this. We had the
What?
World of Old Fashioned booked for night
Hmm.
one. No,
Can you? No.
no.
Did your
I
husband go without you?
He did, but he's not like I can't rely on him to give me any kind of feedback.
Yeah, they're like, it was fine.
Yeah.
I had fun. Like they don't give a lot of details. Like, yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
So
How was
I don't
the
know. One day I'll get to do the World of Old Fashioned. It wasn't this cruise, and I'm
you
so
got your
bummed.
Destiny merch on? How was the merch?
They had more merch than last time. The preview sailing, they didn't have their full selection. They had more than last time. They still don't have a lot of like the generic cruise stuff, which I wish they had. No, they had that, but like just
Yeah.
like Disney Cruise Line stuff, they didn't have the full range of like Disney Cruise Line stuff. But
Mm.
I mean, it says inaugural on the side.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm jealous of that. The
Yeah.
very,
The,
very nice.
their merch was good. It was fine. I
Hmm.
did bring home the reed diffuser that the with the smell that they use on the ships.
Ooh, lovely. I would like
Mhm.
one of those.
Yeah, well, next time you
I
get
would.
it to me next time. Or get whoever's going on the cruise next.
I think I'm sailing now, unless you have one booked before October.
No.
No, I'm sailing next.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
seems
mean,
so far away.
I like the Destiny, it is perfect for certain people. But
Hmm.
the itinerary, you cannot beat that itinerary, honestly. And then it's sailing from Fort Lauderdale. You cannot beat Fort
Oh
Lauderdale.
yeah.
Like it's a bummer not having Walt Disney World right there, because then you can do a land and sea. But I
Well,
timed it. I timed it. So we did the regular walk off. We usually do express walk off, but I
mhm,
was like, well, we don't need to. Our flight's later. Let's just see how this goes. So we were goofy with the goofy tag. Our
mhm.
breakfast was at 8 in 1923. So from the moment we left our stateroom to the moment we checked into security at the airport, it took an hour.
That's awesome.
So stateroom to breakfast to getting off the ship to getting our
Yeah.
luggage to getting an Uber to getting to the airport, an hour.
Well, and I had right before I left to go to Disneyland, I got a text from a really good client of mine. She's like, "Hey, I want you to book this exact thing." She's like, "I just looked at the flight prices to Fort Lauderdale," and she goes, "I'm shocked that they are so low." And she sent me a screenshot, and I'm like, "Same,
Oh yeah.
same." Like, I
The
don't
my
know.
points, I spent
Yeah.
7,000 points each way.
And I want to say when we flew to Fort Lauderdale last January, it was not very much for us
Yeah.
either.
Yeah,
You know.
it's a
Mm-mm.
great port. So like the things that I said that I don't like are like Katie said, like very overly critical things. I loved the Hercules show. The Hercules show is probably the
Mhm.
best one I've seen from Disney Cruise Line. So the Hercules show in and of itself is amazing. The stateroom themes, while they don't make sense, they are beautiful.
They are.
They are Raya's great, Merida's great. The only ones I didn't like were Big Hero 6 and The Incredibles. Like they were a little too
I would
busy for
like
me.
those though. Like those are things that we like.
Okay, well then great. There's a stateroom
Yeah.
for everybody. But the point is, like, a lot of this stuff is a little niche. Overall, though, it is great. And it is nice that there's a space that's more boy friendly. I know we don't like to use those terms, but let's be real. The Wish is very girly. The Destiny is more boy. And it's
Mhm.
nice that Disney's giving those spaces and recognizing that
Mhm.
and trying to do more to be more for other people and other taste palettes.
Yeah, everybody likes what they like.
Yeah.
That's
So
yeah.
if you want to get on the Destiny, like I do like the ship. I do like the ship. I like the Wish
She'll
better.
go on it again.
I will, but this is a personal preference thing. So try it for yourself, and if it's for you, great. Katie and I can't wait to get you on the Destiny. And if you get on it and you're like, "Hey, I want to try a different ship," I mean, you should try a different ship anyways. It's
Try
like
them
Pokemon
all.
cards. Got to collect them all. Just saying. I just
Yeah.
need the treasure and the adventure, and I've collected them all. I'm just saying.
Well, go right now and go book them both for
Ugh,
yourself.
I don't want to go to Singapore.
No, same. Like that's not on my radar.
It's not on any of my bucket lists. So hopefully the adventure will like make its way over here sometime, or I don't know. We'll see. I don't have any desire to go to Singapore. But if you do, and they're short sailings too, they're like 2, 3 nights
A long flight
for a 2 night
for
cruise. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, when you're ready to book your cruise adventure or Walt Disney World, land and sea, whatever, Katie and I can't wait to work with you and tune in next time for whatever episode we feel like dropping.
Also, every single Disney cruise ship, we have an overview in our podcast playlist.
Do.
So if you are interested in other ships and want to know our opinions, basic facts about them, go listen to past episodes because every ship has one except for the Destiny, and we will be doing that soon. We don't know our schedule, but soon.
Yes, and the adventure will be on there eventually one day as well.
Maybe.
Until next time, bye.